Alright, let's get this thing apart. So, because I told this guy that I'm going to get this apart, I'm going to pull the battery, order a battery, and then get this battery replaced. This thing is in really, really bad shape. Grab some water before we get started. We're going to use a little bit different stuff than normal. Because normally, I'm just heating this with my hot air gun. And the problem is the hot air gun is too concentrated, or my reflow station, excuse me, is too much concentrated heat even on low temperatures. So it was kind of blitzing the screen. This, a little bit different. Hey, thanks for checking out this video. If you like these videos, make sure you hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button. It really, really helps the channel. Here we have a Microsoft Surface. Let's see which one this actually is. It's a 1724 Surface Pro 4. This guy's a little bit old. Surface Pro 4 battery, so it's $100 for this battery. So for now, let's get this thing off of here. I'm gonna use a hot air gun. Get a little temperature into it. Because of how swollen this battery is, I'm hoping that it actually just kind of starts to release itself, so I don't have to put a lot of pressure on it. That would be the idea. Just gotta be very careful. And then the other thing we need to worry about with this is making sure we avoid the camera. Adhesive cut through. That's something definitely need to worry about. Came over here with 3 picks. I'm down to 2 picks. What the heck happened? So what I just did over here is I actually heated this up and I actually let the adhesive on this corner pull itself free without me having to do it. Now, slowly work our way around. Gotta be careful around this speaker. And just continue along our way. Hit the corner. That off of there. And then almost all of the way there. Right up here, there's a lot of extra adhesive you need to be aware of. I wanted it to stay nice and secure. So they put a lot of adhesive there. Now we're going to come to the other side, because you don't want to drag one of your opening picks across the camera system, even on these older ones. What's going on, Joe? And that should be it. So now we just need to pay attention to cables as we remove this. Yep, those are always fun. And like I said, you can see right up here, we have to be very careful. Everything wants to pull itself out. There is a piece of plastic right here that we have to put back onto the board. Okay. So now we need to do a little bit of removing of stuff. So we need to take this cover off, and we need to take this cover off. So under there on this side. And this is always like a pain in the butt to do these ones. Yep. It is. It's extremely easy to break this way. Even when you know what you're doing, it's easy to do, especially because they have these little cutouts on the sides. Alright, I just need to get underneath there and lift straight up. So that can be reused. And then this, you want to use plastic tool. You want to avoid using metal on circuit boards as much as possible unless you're trying to remove components. That's one side. Let's see if I can. The puffiness of this battery makes this quite difficult. So get under there. And we're going to. Come on. Again, lift straight up. Yeah, Microsoft was like, yeah, you can repair these. Totally. I'll have to rebend that one a little bit. How about you do that video first? You said you wanted to get back into creating content. Okay. These things are absolute nightmare getting on and off. So at this point, like, a lot of stuff needs to come out to replace this battery. In the meantime, let's start relieving some stress on it. That is start over here. So that's this. We have to take this off. Like, this whole main board has to come out because the battery is connected on the bottom side of the board, which is awesome. Try and figure out what the best way to get in there is going to be. See if I can get in there with these guys. Sounds so normal, right? Not like it's ripping or anything. Of course, a different size that is physically attached to that, so that has to come out. Different size. that is that one. So we need to make sure we put these screws back in here in the correct place. Otherwise, you end up with a situation where you suddenly put holes through the back of this thing. And of course, this screw, the small boys. Okay. One. Two. Three. Four. And something else that you have to remember when you're working on these guys is as long as that battery is plugged in, there's electricity flowing through the board, so things like this, be very cognizant of. Don't just set things across this. Yeah. Unless you want to have a very, very exciting time explaining to the customer why their device that was working, just with a bad battery, suddenly not working at all. I'm happy for you, Joe. That's awesome. Alright, so this fan is this connector right here, which you lift from the back. Go. Take that, set that over there. So when we replace this, we will more than likely also be completely repasting that. Alright. So as you can see, this is all one board all the way around here. To get this out this is going to be so much fun. So we disconnect that cable, disconnect that cable, that cable, that cable. My goal is to try and keep anything attached to the motherboard that I can. But I know all these flip cables do need to come out. This is a 4. Surface Pro 4, which that's not going to come out. This needs to just be, come on, lifted. You can do it. This is our power connector over here. All right, we're going to have to take out more things. This was for the bottom of that. You just need to be very careful, see if there's a SIM card in there currently. There's not, okay. So we can gently wiggle that out. And of course we're going to end up taking all of these off, all of these metal covers. Because of course we are. Man, I hate these covers. There's another one. That's the one that goes there. So my hope, beyond hope, which I'm like 90% certain is going to be completely and utterly washed, is that I can remove this motherboard without having to remove absolutely everything from this chassis. So there's one. There's two. My hope isn't that strong. There's just a little hope. 3. 4. This has to come out. 5. The connector for this is going underneath the motherboard. So it goes down right here. It goes under. The first thing I hoped about. And that's a speaker. That's a speaker. I should have a speaker. Yeah, the charge port is right there. And that's just all right there. Six. 7. 8. 9. 10. Yeah, this thing doesn't want to freaking move. There's screws underneath these guys. Clean tips. That's tips. Come on. Now you can start to see why I absolutely hate these covers. Like, I understand why they did it. I just, you know, hate them. Another one. There's another screw underneath there. We can get in there somehow. I never heard of that. So what is holding this down? Does it? Oh, that's annoying. It's been a long time since I've taken one of these apart. Let's take that. Alright, let's see. Let's get this guy off of here. One more there. And of course, we have another pad that we need to lift. That's not supposed to happen. Right there. Let's set that down, and let's just tear. It didn't tear. Good. It's just, it looks real bad now. There we go. All right, much better. Yeah, that had to come off. Which means this has to come off. It's another speaker. Alright, we gotta get the next one of these off. I don't see any screws on that. Right there, that I was just mentally ignoring, apparently. Here we go. Alright. And then, lastly, we just have these two screws, which holds the charging port in. All this just to get to this connector. Now, show you how I plan on getting this out. Isopropyl alcohol. Drench it, and then slowly gonna pull. And you have to do the same thing on this. I'm gonna be replacing this battery. You have to be careful not to hit that cable. Going to slowly slide this tool under here, getting the alcohol everywhere that it needs to go, and then you'll see that it's just ready to come right off. A little bit more. I know it's difficult, but if you listen closely, you can actually hear the adhesive releasing. Whew, getting slippery. Careful not to bend it. Yeah, you want to use, like, this is what I'm using is 99 IPA. Yeah, it's not a good place. 99% IPA. He said he's doing stuff. Alright. So, Yeah. Got real lucky this thing didn't go up. Carefully. Hey, thanks for watching that video. If you liked that video, make sure you hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And I stream daily on Twitch at twitch.tv/SpecVengeance. And yeah, if you want to learn more about my services, check out Bradenton PC Repair.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.